What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. We're going to talk about an eBay scam today. Somebody tried to scam me, so we're going to look at how it went down and how you can protect yourself from someone like this. Then we're going to talk about a scam where, well, I don't know if it's a scam. I might have been scammed, probably wasn't scammed, but I'd like to get some people's opinions. Just a very weird situation I've never dealt with on eBay before. But I had this VCR listed on eBay for $75 plus shipping. And I started getting messages from somebody said, would you take an offer? And then very interested. And then you get the praying emojis, which usually if you see those, it means that somebody is trying to scam you or somebody's trying to lowball you or get you to come down on price. It's very annoying. I see it all the time, especially with like the vintage clothing and hats that I try to sell. Let me know in the comments if anyone else deals with people sending in messages like that. So before I could even respond to these messages, or before I even read them, the item was purchased. And I get this message. This is a gift for my cousin. Please don't include any price with the order. Please, if you can give a quick wipe down before sending it out. Thanks again. So as soon as I saw that, I knew right away, this is a drop shipper. Not many drop shippers are not trying to scam you. We'll get into the scam part here soon. If you're not familiar with what a drop shipper is, you put something like this VCR on eBay for $75, and then the drop shipper will put it on their website, price it $150, and then if they manage to get a sale on their website, then they'll have you ship it out to the customer. They don't want the customer to know it's coming from eBay, and they don't really want you to know it's being drop shipped, right? So they always say that it's a gift or it's for their cousin. Don't put an invoice in there. They don't want anyone to know the price. They don't want their customer to know the price. Now, I don't have a big problem with drop shippers as long as they keep a low profile and kind of go with the code, if you will, of drop shippers. And that's not to inconvenience me. I don't know the policy right now on drop shipping on eBay. I know it's frowned upon because there's just a lot of things that can go wrong. It could be a bad experience for the seller and the customers. I think mostly eBay turns a blind eye to it because they're getting fees, right? But then I'm hit with the tracking question, which again confirms it because these drop shippers want to get the tracking to their customer. And a lot of times they'll send a message asking if you'll just print the label so they can get the tracking number so they can give it to their customer because they're trying to keep a storefront that looks good too, right? And a lot of these drop shippers, they are from other countries. Now, I don't want to put this guy's username on blast because I have a lot of people that watch these videos. I don't think it's right to just expose someone's account like that on the internet. I know a lot of people are going to want to block this person. I get it, but I just don't feel comfortable giving someone's username because it's not 100% proven, that they're doing something wrong, but it's almost, right? Again, we'll get into that later. But it's funny, they got the picture up here. It's an older guy, typical looking American. If you look in the profile description of theirs, it says, God bless America. There's an American flag. This is typical with drop shippers or scammers or anyone. They want to appeal to, the people they're trying to scam, which would be an American like me. Actually, I might just leave the picture on these screenshots I'm going to be putting up because I'm pretty sure this is just like a screenshot you can probably find on Google, right? That just a lot of people are using. But with the tracking question, I just respond and say, hello, you can find the tracking in the item's order information. I'm not going to go copy and paste, the tracking for this person. And they sent this before I actually shipped it out, right? So I didn't even respond until after I shipped it out. So a couple days go by, the item was delivered, and then I get this message. Item was just received today in the mail and is completely non-functional. It will not work. It's making a high-pitched squeal noise and will not function as intended. Now, this was expected just because I've dealt with it a few times before in the past, or at least situations similar to this. And I checked the tracking, and this was only 12 minutes after it was delivered to the address. So this person would have had to been waiting for it to arrive, open it, hook it up, troubleshoot it, realize it didn't work, and then go send me a message in 12 minutes. Possible, maybe, but not likely. So I respond with, hello, sorry to hear you're having issues with the item. This was fully tested and working when shipped. It must have gotten damaged during transit. Please do a return, and once we receive the unit back, we will check the serial number and give a full refund. Even though I know this guy's trying to get one over on me, I'm going to be professional about it. I'm not going to accuse him of anything. I always make him return. I always mention the serial number because I keep track of that. If you're selling electronics, always take a picture of the serial number, have it in your images on your description. I even put in the description that I keep serial numbers on file. If someone's trying to scam you, a lot of times they'll see that and they'll just skip over you. What people also do is if they have like the same VCR model that doesn't work, or just any VCR that doesn't work. They'll buy yours and then send back the broken one. So if you're not able to prove, that they sent the wrong one back, then you have no chance of ever defending yourself. And even with the proof, it's hard enough. So a couple minutes after that, I get the message. I know how to fix these things. I'm a mechanical engineer. Yeah, right. If you want to just give me some money back, I can go ahead and get started this way. We both save the time and shipping cost. I will make sure to leave positive feedback as well. Again, this is a very typical message of the scam. They want to say, hey, we're going to leave positive feedback if you just do what we want. Also, they know that it's going to cost me shipping to get the item back if it's damaged, right? So they bring that up. You may be asking, what's he doing? If you haven't figured it out yet, he's trying to get money for the return or get some money back and keep the sale itself. So he sells it for $150, let's say. He gets me to refund his money because I think it's broken. He's claiming it's broken. So then he gets, $75 back. So he's making a lot of money, which if you look at the first few messages where he's trying to get a deal, he's already sold that on his website for $150. I keep using that as an example. I don't know what he sold it for. He's pocketed the difference, but now he's trying to get me to take a better deal because if he gets a better deal, he's going to get even more money on top of that when he buys it from me to get to the other guy. Hopefully, I'm making that clear. Sometimes I'm not good at explaining things. So after he sends this message, claiming he's a mechanical engineer, I just respond with, unfortunately, since we deal with a lot of scammers and drop shippers buying electronics we sell, you will have to return it if you're not happy with it. We check the serial number to ensure it's the same unit and then file an insurance claim with FedEx for damages. We aren't claiming you're trying to scam, but it happens a lot. Again, I don't want to accuse the person directly. I think it's just kind of the more professional and right way to do things. Also, if you're wondering why I say we instead of I don't want it to appear like it's just a random seller on the internet. That's one person that they can gang up on and try to get a scam over on, right? It just creates an illusion that there's more people involved. So when I respond with that, I get a message back. Now check the timestamp, 9:46 a.m. He responds 9:46 a.m. I think this is just an automated response. He's probably used to sending this. That's a copy and paste. But it says, okay, I can completely understand. It was actually a gift for my disabled cousin. This is another thing you see when someone tries to scam you or tries to get money back or a lower price on an item they claim is for a dying child, a disabled cousin, whatever it may be. Could there be a disabled cousin? Sure. But I really doubt it. And even if there is, it's not your problem, right? We're going there for the holidays, so I was going to take a look at it. It sounds like it is just the belt that reads the disc. So this mechanical engineer does not know that VCRs use tapes or cassettes and not discs. I'm sure I can figure it out. If not, I might return it. But if you don't hear from me, I fixed it once again. The grammar is bad. This is kind of hard to read. Thank you for the fast response, and I appreciate everything. So again, this is just something that usually happens when I deal with people like this. As soon as you confront them, as soon as you deny them, you mention that they could be a scammer or a drop shipper, they're out. They're done. They do not want to risk their account getting banned. They just don't want to deal with that. I stood my ground, and then you usually never hear from these people again. Now, if the person that he sold it to actually does have a problem with it, I might hear from him again. But so far, I have not. But that's one of the things I have to show you in this video. Let me know in the comments if you think this guy was trying to scam. I'm almost 100% sure the disabled cousin, the mechanical engineer, not knowing what a VCR actually really does. It's all things that point, to being a scammer. The photo, the God Bless America, the American flag, all of it, right? So if you do sell something like this and you kind of see the same structure of someone trying to get you to take a partial refund or something. You can also check their feedback. This particular guy only had like 67 feedback. I think these drop shippers, they usually go from account to account. Like some of the really big ones and some of the really good drop shippers that sell like ink toner cartridges and stuff like that. I see that sometimes some of them have like 40,000 feedback. They're selling ink on their website and probably making pretty good money, but they're also doing it in a way that's not trying to scam people, right? Anyway, just something to keep an eye out for if you're selling on eBay or you're new. This kind of thing can really happen with any item. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is one that I could have been scammed on. And this is something that's never happened to me before on eBay, and I've sold 10,000 items now on eBay. So it's a bit strange, but I sold this Microsoft keyboard, vintage, brand new sealed for $200 plus shipping. A great sale. I end up getting a message after it was delivered. This was about a week after it was delivered. And it said, I paid $250 including shipping for this keyboard. Inside was 2 large rocks. That's it. The cellophane on the package was perfect. I don't know how it was done, but it was done. I will be contacting eBay if I do not receive a full refund within 24 hours. I really need this for work. So I see this and I'm like, oh boy, this is 100% a scam. How does a sealed item have rocks in it? Now there's a couple things. When I went to ship it, after I packaged it up, I remember, moving the box and there was this like sliding inside. I'm like, feels like this keyboard is not really secure in there. I specifically remember that. So then I start thinking, well, maybe there was rocks in it. Maybe this was something that somebody bought from a store and stole the keyboard, put rocks in it, resealed it or something. But the seal looked perfect, just like she said, right? Now I told her it was a strange situation. We probably would have to get eBay involved because it's a typical scam that people claim rocks or something, wasn't in a box that was new. She said that was fine and agreed to that. And then she said, I'll send photos later, which helps because that helps me, realize it's not a drop shipper. So she did include some photos of the keyboard and the rocks in there. Now she could have a random keyboard box that's exactly the same, right? But I doubt it. Also, her feedback, the account was made in the year 2000 and she has 860 positive feedback. So it just does not seem like a scammer account, right? She doesn't have any weird photos where she's trying to pretend like she's someone else. I checked the tracking. It was delivered by FedEx. There was a picture of the package delivered on her porch. I looked at the house on Google Maps. It wasn't some strange business. She didn't use 2 different addresses, like a drop shipper would. But she told me that she didn't think that I knew about it because she checked my profile and she's like, wow, you have almost 10,000 sales, 100% positive feedback. She's like, I don't think you were trying to scam me. And I said, yeah, your feedback, it looks like you're probably good. The difference between the last example was this was a very natural conversation, like with a normal human. It wasn't weird. It didn't have a bunch of prayer emojis or anything like that. Now, maybe her account was hacked and somebody bought it just to get this keyboard and then showed me the rocks just so they could get a refund. It just seems way too out there for a keyboard, right? If it was a gold ring or something like that, I wouldn't allow this to slide, but I told her based on her feedback that I would just go ahead and refund her. Because here's what happens. If I want to return, she has to send the rocks back to me. Then I have to prove to eBay, when I defend myself that this was not the case, that there was a keyboard in there. I can't do it. I bought this keyboard at Goodwill. So it's probably going to cost me more money in the end. I can just say, hey, here's the refund on it. Write it off as a tax loss. I didn't lose $200 on it. I paid $6 for the keyboard. Then I refunded her shipping, which was like $15-ish, $16. So probably losing all in all about $30, which is just a tax write-off. It sucks that I lost out on a $200 sale, but the situation being so weird, like, what do you guys think? Do you think I was scammed? Again, for a keyboard, I just don't know. A Dyson sweeper, something like that, maybe. But I just wanted to show you 2 different situations where one I decided to refund and one I didn't. I know a lot of you are going to be like, you got scammed, bro. Maybe so, but that account's from the year 2000. She's been scamming for a while. Been keeping that account active. Probably one of the best scammers I've ever seen. I just don't understand how there could have been rocks in a sealed item like that, right? If it wasn't for the way the keyboard shifted in the box, because I specifically remember that and it just shifted like there was actually rocks in it. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about the 2 situations. If you enjoy this type of video, let me know in the comments. I can make some more. I get crazy messages from people, situations on eBay all the time. Also, don't forget to hit that like button for me before you go. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.